Morning. Hi, everybody. My name is Lisa Dublin, and thank you so much for joining me this morning. It is super late. I'm usually finished my live by this time inside my club, the To All the Girls Success Club. So if you're a woman and you're looking for a daily dose of inspiration at 4 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is my time, it's now 4:30 MST, okay? But I usually come on this time inside the club, but we're trying to do things a little differently now. So if you're here, say hi. Hello to all my people inside the To All the Girls Success Club. So since January, what has happened is we have been going live inside the club and doing a couple series. And I thought, hey, let me just give people out there a little taste of what we do on a morning right here in the To All the Girls Success Club. So if you're joining me on my normal Facebook page, welcome. On YouTube, we're also live. I'm also on my business page, etc. Brunetta, good morning. How's everybody doing? So just you can do something very quickly. I'd love to be able to see what you say. So if you give Restream just permission to be able to pull up your name and those kinds of things, then I can see your comments on the screen and pull them up and we can have a good time. Hi, Brunetta. Hi, Nefford. Good morning. I know it's super late, you guys, but here's what happened. So last night my son had his basketball finals and they lost by like a 3-pointer. So I was there and it was just so nice to be out again. And just talking to people. It's different now, isn't it? But that's what happened. So it was just difficult. When I woke up earlier to just stay up and I'm like, my body's just so accustomed to waking up at this time anyway. So I was like, hey, I'm up wide-eyed. Let's go. So I'm here. So what we usually do in the club, hi Sarafina, good morning. We usually start with our confessions. And if you're listening out there, it really is a way of telling your day where to go. That's the goal setting, and also writing down your goals, etc. But even saying those confessions just give you a sense of, hey, I can do this. This is who I am. This is the person who's starting the day today. So you are blessed and highly favored. You are above only and not beneath. You are the head and not the tail. Favor, favor, favor surrounds you like a shield. Think about that. If favor is surrounding me like a shield, I am protected. I expect things to go my way. I expect what might not happen to happen. So think of it and claim it for yourself. And lastly, you have nothing missing and nothing broken. So throw those shoulders back, stand tall, and face the day, because you know what? God is with you and it's going to be a wonderful day, okay? So in the To All the Good Success Club, and let me actually put it up on the screen. So we want you to join the club. If you're a girl and you're looking for inspiration, send me a request and we'll get you in the club, because we're doing a couple things together. I think there's strength in numbers, and the goal is to build an army of women who are so focused and successful in key areas of life, in terms of God, in terms of family, in terms of health and fitness, in terms of money, in terms of purpose and leisure. We really focus on those topics inside the club. So do send me a request, or if you know a woman who's looking for inspiration, please let her know that To All the Girls Success Club is the place to be on a morning. We go live every morning for a couple minutes like we're doing today. It's just that we decided to kind of share the joy this morning. We're talking about purpose in the club. And how do you decide what you're supposed to do? And of course, it is tied to so many other things, isn't it? It's tied to goal setting and going after the thing that you know that you were meant to do. I wanted to do a bit of a recap this morning before going on to the main topic, which is 10,000 hours. Do you guys know about this rule? I think it was Malcolm Gladwell. And he's like, practice for 10,000 hours and you really should get good at something, whatever it is. But here's the thing, there's been an update to that concept that I wanted to talk about. But let us recap. How do you decide on your purpose? Oh, let me pull up this comment. This is my friend and them. Hi, Lydia. Good morning. How are you doing? Good morning, everybody. So please, if you're watching this on the replay, type replay, and don't forget to like the video. And of course, because it is, on the normal pages, you can share the video this morning. You really can. because we all need that kind of inspiration. But as I was saying, how do you decide on your purpose? And there are a couple ways. Just the last couple years, I've been really thinking very deeply about this topic, getting older and all, and figuring out, hey, are you doing what you're meant to do? Okay. One of the ways is to really look at yourself for who you are in terms of those non-changeable things, your identity, where you came from, your race, your gender, your culture, what you do, those kinds of things that really cannot be changed about you. And you write down all of those things. There's a reason for them. Of course, you know what they are. Of course, you do. Of course, you know what these things are. But it's really in terms of purpose comes together when you look at identity and then you look at your skills and talents. And there's one that I always point to as that almost smoking gun, smoking gun of what it is you might be meant to do. Ask yourself the question, what do I do that is hard for other people to do but comes easy to me? And please don't say sleep. Like one time I did this exercise and somebody wrote down sleeping. Okay? No, we're not talking about that. No, not sleep. Not sleep. Right? What are those things that you can do, talents, skills, that in a jiffy, without even thinking, you can whip it together, you can say it, you can compose it, you can play it, but other people have to take their time and are flustered, and you're like, well, that, no, that's not hard for me. I can do this. I do this all the time. If you have a couple of those things, please write them down as well alongside the things that are non-negotiable, not non-negotiable, but cannot be unalterable. Let's put it that way. They can't be changed, right? Your identity, where you from, your gender, your age, your culture, where you grew up, all of those things that, have already happened, can't be changed. And so you write down those things. And forgive me if I'm not seeing the comments this morning. Hi, Anata. Anata, how was the birthday yesterday? Yeah. Hi, Janine. Good morning. And so we have two categories so far, right? We have your identity. We also have what is easy for you to do and hard for others. And it bears just thinking about these questions and taking the time to really go into them, because I believe, and the more I think about it, read about it, there are some key books that I have recommended and we are reading in the club. The one for this what you might call it this month is Master of One by Jordan Rayner. And that book is just about basically be about purpose, be about your one thing. Here's the third question. What do you get asked about? Because we show up differently, we show up in a certain way, and sometimes we are not even sure, we are not even aware of the impact that we're having on people, except that they ask us those questions, and people are like, how do you do that? Or can you show me how to do that? Or I'm not even sure, because it's remarkable about you and they are seeing it, and most times they want to know more about it. And so just take some time today while you're on your commute or at the office or something, to ask that question of yourself. What questions do I get asked? It will point to the area of your life where you perhaps have mastery and where you are showing up differently and better and more excellently than the average person. It might also, people might also be asking you that question. I'm getting excited because I love this topic, okay? People might also be asking you that question because in your situation, you're not supposed to be that way. People often ask me about consistency. It's not just a matter of the consistency, it's a matter of, with everything that you have going on, how do you manage to stick to one thing? How do you manage to start something and finish it? And so it always, raises those awareness symbols in my mind, that to look for the things that people ask you about, to give you an idea of where you have a niche, where you might find purpose, where you might make the most sense to bless somebody's life and to give a talent to the world that they don't have, and shows up in your own unique way because you do it anyway. You do it anyway, and people are noticing. So these are the three questions that, if you can take some time to kind of figure out those things about yourself, what do you come up with? Does anybody out there already know their purpose? Do you already know what you're meant to do? Do you already know what you were meant to do? Or if even in the context of thinking about your children or your family members, is it very clear to some people, for some people, what they were meant to do? So that's an exercise that can be repeated, not just for yourself, but also for other people. And I'm really big on that because, I think the last 2 years, if the one thing that we had was a bit of time, and today is March 18, right? So this time 2 years ago, most of us had started working from home. And, it's 2 years, it's almost 2 years to the day. I started working from home like March 17, I think, in 2020. And this is 2022. And the one thing that at least I think we had was a chance to slow down and to think about, what do you want to do? Am I doing what I'm meant to do? All of those kinds of questions. That being said, let us look at how, when you find your purpose, you become that thing, because it is not automatic. It's not. It is just not automatic. That they say that it is talent plus, pursuing the talent that will actually make you the master. It doesn't just come easily, because there are some people. Last night, here's a good example. Last night, obviously in basketball, if you have height, you have an advantage. But here's the thing: there was this little, you guys know that, right? There's always a short guy. There's always a guy who's shorter than everybody else, who's like the bullet in the group, in on the team. And he was there, and I think he took that three-pointer shot that kind of put them over my son's team. This guy, I don't even know, he was probably about 5 feet 2 inches or something. He's very short. However, it is the skill. You could see the way that he was handling the ball. And I mean, I'm just a basketball mom. I do not know very much about, I go to the matches, watch the games, whatever, and just trying to get more into it. But you could see that this kid was hungry, as Les Brown says, and that he had skill and that he was practicing. And so at some point, it really wasn't that. It really was that the lack of height didn't really matter, because there was skill. And so that brings us to the whole topic of 10,000 hours. They say if you want to get good at something, you spend 10,000 hours on it. Now, let me tell you, that probably can happen by the end of your life. Okay. I am not sure how a busy mom, a busy somebody, finds the time to have 10,000 hours to devote to anything. What do you think about that? That thing that you were meant to do and to practice. And I am increasingly having a heart for people who want to be writers and who want to do it while they're working the 9 to 5, and have to find the time to practice and to write and to push the goal, because in your heart that's perhaps what you do best. I really want to speak to those people in particular. um how do you get good at it? And it's not a matter that they say of the 10,000 hours only. You guys, I wish I could see your comments, because I'm going through Restream, putting up all of these, it's kind of fancy, but I'm not seeing my people, and I don't like that. I really don't. Anyway, here I am. So they say that it's not just a matter of the 10,000 hours. And I believe, for me, it almost has to be metaphorical, because there is no way this busy mom is going to find 10,000 hours. But it really is to keep on chipping away at the thing that you were meant to do, in the hope that you will get better. Like every spare moment, you just devote to it. So, which is why I'm really excited, because I just finished creating my first course that is going to help people who are after purpose, to find purpose and to stick to it. because it really does give you. My course is called Get That Goal: 7 Steps to Accomplish Your Most Important Goal This Year. I know we are in March, but the thing is, by March, most people have abandoned the goals that they set in January. So, excuse me if I think it is very timely to have the goal at this, to have such a such a product at this time to help people get back on track, or to realize what you should be doing. You should be going after your one thing, and that's what you should be going after. And this course teaches you how to do that. So you can check it out on my website, lisamdublin.com. I should probably type that in. Why didn't I just type it in, Lisa? Let me just type it in. So you can go to www.lisamdublin.com, and you can check out my mini course right there. It's a great resource. I'm already getting very great reviews from people who have bought it. So I'm really happy for that. So keep on, you need to be doing what you are meant to do. So we were looking at the 10,000 hours and the update, I think, and I think it's metaphorical in terms of every spare moment you have, you need to devote to that thing that you were meant to do. It is also the process, not just of devoting time to the thing you were meant to do, but eliminating distractions, learning to say no, and all of those things. Here's the real update to the 10,000 hour rule. And let me just edit that. I think it's supposed to be 10,000 hours. It's 10,000 hours, not 1,000 hours. Okay? Here's the update. The update is that you could be doing the same bad practice for 10,000 hours and you will get nowhere. They are saying when you do come to purpose and to be practicing that one thing, it has to be deliberate practice. You have to go after it with the thought that in the practice session, it must be rigorous. And you should be learning and growing and developing from one point of your practice to another, that your skill should be getting better. So, I mean, I'm a writer and a speaker. I speak a lot in my shower. I do. I practice things in my shower for Basement Chronicles, and you can go check out Basement Chronicles. I have my 3 minute inspirational blog on YouTube. It's also here on Facebook, so you can go check that out. But a lot of the time, even though I naturally have the gift of the gab, like most people, I practice it, and the more I practice, is the better I get. And it's just taking all of these years to come to the realization that having a skill and a gift does not necessarily make you the best. It doesn't necessarily make you shine or be excellent at it. Yes, you have a natural advantage. So I teach a course called Speak with Confidence. And one person last year in one of the cohorts, she asked me, but how much of this speaking ability is natural ability? I agree to some extent. Some people just have the gift of the gab, and words just seem to just break out of them and flow out of them. However, that is not all there is to speaking. A lot of it is thought, and a lot of it is working things out in your head and being comfortable to be able to let words flow. And, I can always tell if somebody has practiced or not, and the extent and the degree of practice and the kind of practice they have done. Some people just simply learn things off, and, that we're talking about speaking as opposed to writing. Some people would just learn a speech off, and that's a manuscript kind of delivery. Nobody wants that, especially not in this day. Nobody wants that. You want to sound organic, and you want to sound natural, and you want to sound like the words are simply, just coming out of you. And the way to do that is to practice delivering it in that way, if that makes any sense. Okay? So there's a way to practice, and that 10,000 hour rule, it really is talking about the 10,000. The update to it is, yes, you practice all you can, but particularly in fields like writing and speaking and playing an instrument, if that's your thing. How do you get better from practice to practice? Because you could actually be worsening your talent because you're practicing in the wrong way. So there has to be a way, if you've discovered your talent and you want to go forward with it, you have to be deliberate about the practice in terms of what would it look like for me to be improving in the delivery and in this talent. Is it that I need a coach? Is it that I need to join an online community that will monitor my progress from practice to practice and give me feedback and make sure that the next time I practice, I'm doing it even better? There has to be a way. So it's not just a matter of the 10,000 hours. It really isn't. It's a matter of the practice in that, in going after the hours and doing it over and over again. You just absolutely want to make sure that you keep in that rigorous relationship with your talent or with whatever it is that you find out is your purpose. In terms of practice, there's no other way to do it. And even as I get deeper into writing and deeper into speaking, it is just so clear that this is one of the markers that separates people who just have a natural talent than people who are serious about the skills. So that is my encouragement to you. Find your one thing, and when you do, don't just get complacent. Oh, I'm good at it. Like, who cares? Everybody's good at something, right? What you want is to have the talent and to have the work ethic, to have the talent and to have the humility to know that if I'm going to get really good at it, I need to practice. All right? I need to practice. So, I've put up my website on here. Please go check it out. My course is up, and I'd love for you to succeed in life. And one of the ways to succeed in life is to actually do less. We were saying that in the group yesterday in the To All the Girls Success Club, that the one way to find purpose is to actually do less. And I was speaking about Master of One, that book by Jordan Rayner. Another book that's very good for helping people to get to your one thing is called The One Thing. That's the name of the book, okay? The One Thing. And in that book, he was saying basically, you narrow your focus. You focus on one thing because then you can see clearly. Then it is magnified. Then you see all the components of it in a way that somebody who is a generalist doesn't. And so yeah, I hope for you that you find your one thing. And I'm going to end right here. See you. Now here's what happened. So I'm probably going to go live here a little more, like just in the general area. But on a Saturday morning in the club, To All the Girls Success Club, we do something different. We're ladies in the club, and we have what we call our Saturday spa, where we just talk about things spiritual and talk about us being favored daughters and God loving us and all our little revelations. And it's very refreshing. So come on in to the group, if you are that person. If you want to join and get that kind of inspiration, come on into the To All the Girls Success Club. We're doing some great things in there, and I'll be live in there tomorrow morning and probably be live back here sometime next week. Let's see how that goes. All right, Janelle, you say very true. Increasing your skills and ability add to natural talent opens your eyes to unlimited options that your gift can bring. Yeah, that's it. It's the realization that if yes, I have a talent, but I need to practice, and I need to practice in a certain way. Okay. All right, folks, have a wonderful day. It's Friday, and we do what we do. Have a wonderful day. Drink your water, say your confessions, and see you tomorrow in the To All the Girls Success Club. Bye.